Here with head coach Jon Fridal, Chavez, and Manuel Ponce Casas. Um, just kind of giving an opening statement how this new team is going to look this year. You guys have, of course, had 3 exhibition matches so far, all with teams out in Utah. How's the team looking? How is it going to look out for this fall?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of new faces this year, so it's really just going to depend how quickly guys can adapt to the college game. Um, you know, 3 exhibition games. I think we had some up and down moments in all 3 games, some good results, but um, that's going to be the real key to the season is how quickly can we adjust and be consistent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of adding on that, you're a new team with a lot of new players. You lost roughly 10 players who saw a significant time, 3 of them who had 4 goals or more. That's definitely a big hit to the team. And you have quite a few new freshmen now, 9 true freshmen to be exact. But for both of you guys, how is this leadership going to take into how's it going to look for the future? I know both of you were all conference performers last year. How are you going to look to take the younger players under your wing and lead a new team this year?
Yeah, I think this year the guys are really driven, so I think it's going to be pretty easy to be able to lead the group and bring them along. Of course, being able to represent the team with the R band means a lot, and so I think it's that level of kind of respect that the young guys already show, especially through this preseason. But of course, going into the rest of the season, we're looking to definitely lead by example. But like I said, these guys are just so hungry, so excited that I know a lot of them are really working hard to kind of continue leading as well themselves to the other freshmen and the other newcomers.
I would say also we have a lot of new guys that are internationals. Probably help them getting used to the college game, which is really different. Like for me, that happened. So just try to help them get used to it. And I guess with the time, the team is gonna just get comfortable playing together, and it will be really good.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, you have all those new freshmen coming in, and a lot of foreigners from Europe. You also have 3 new transfers coming in: Daniel Paulson, Marco Nafe, and Ken Shonegi. How do you think those guys are going to help kind of lead the upperclassmen with so many new young guys?
Yeah, I think they're helping a lot already. You can tell they know what the college game's about, but playing in the RMAC's a little different right now, and there's still going to be an adjustment process for those guys, too, coming from really good junior colleges and good junior college leagues. But junior college is just different. It's still really, really good, but it's just different. And I tell our new guys that come from overseas that college soccer is not necessarily better than anything you've ever experienced. It's not necessarily worse. It's just different. So even with the JUCO guys and Mark coming from an NAI, I'm not saying it's better. It's just different, and it's going to take some adjusting. But so far they've been doing well.
That's good to hear. You guys started the year off with 6 games on the road, long road trip. You play in Durango 3 of those games. But then you start the year off down in Durango with a regional game, a South Central regional opponent. Is the expectation or the focus on this game any different than the others? Because I know those help for postseason bids and regional bids. Is there any focus on that one differently, or is it just the same as any other game?
I think it's just the same as any other game. Take the season one game at a time. So most important game's the next game, right?
Any other questions?
For both of you, you guys both played the summer, right? So Colorado and Texas, right? So you guys want to talk about that experience and how that got you ready for this season?
Well, for me, it was a really good experience personally. I guess I did really good with my team. Getting minutes in the summer instead of going home and just resting, I think it's good. Like for myself, for being ready for the season, I guess. So it was really good. Different experience, maybe a little different play style compared to the college rules, because it's instead of like unlimited subs, you just have one. So just feeling a little bit different was good, and I feel excited for this season. I think it helped me to be ready for now.
Yeah, I think it really pushed me because grouping with a bunch of guys from different schools, it really pushes you out your comfort zone a little bit. I know here, I love to be with the team, but sometimes you can get a little bit just complacent with the guys. The chemistry is almost too good. And so being able to go to a summer team and kind of push yourself in a new environment again really prepares you to come back. And it makes you excited because playing at that level against those types of players and opponents really makes you want to come back and perform that way here with your team, for a ring, for a championship. So.
And then both of you guys, if you want to speak about the chemistry you guys have built, guys from all across the world, if you just want to talk about the different play styles that you guys have incorporated and just getting those new guys acclimated to American college.
Well, I mean, I think we're probably one of the only teams that have as many internationals, at least team sport. Because I mean, swimming, for example, has a lot. But us being a team sport, it's interesting to see different cultures and how they end up blending together. And I feel that is something that makes us really interesting also to come watch. Like if people go to our games, it's funny because you can see different personalities, different play styles, just fun for them to watch and then for us to play with so many different people.
Yeah, I think it's also super refreshing, being able to learn things of other cultures and other play styles and then be able to just put it together. They call it the beautiful game for a reason. And, internationally known, bringing it all together here at CMU and kind of being able to just put on a show, but as well getting results and working hard.
Yeah, well, part two of that question for you, Coach, is that kind of a priority when you're recruiting to go overseas, or is that just kind of how it happens, or what's the kind of recruiting strategy you have?
I mean, it's just kind of how it happens. We usually start, local or in state, and obviously there's a lot of RMAC teams in the state. So, once we get, miss out or get priced out in our evaluation of a recruit, then we kind of expand. So, I mean, you can look at some of our freshmen. We have Quinn from Colorado Springs, and he was like the first guy that we committed last year. Jackson and Isaac Zamora and Daniel Ayler from Tucson. Those were probably our next batch of commitments. So we just slowly start branching out wider and wider based on our needs and our evaluation of kids. So it is a lot of guys from different backgrounds, but we recruit a certain style. So our team is somewhat coherent, right? So for the most part, a lot of guys are pretty similar to in terms of playing styles. So.
And then my last question is, you want to talk about playing in the RMAC? I mean, Pueblo nearly went all the way last year. Fort Lewis is good every single year. Just talk about the challenge of playing in the RMAC.
Yeah, I mean, this year I think there's 5 teams that have a strong shout to claim that they, feel like they could probably win it. And I don't know if it's ever been that diverse in terms of competition. So, obviously we've had a team in our conference that's made it to the national final the last 2 years, and they haven't won the regular season either year. So it's a tough conference to navigate, and it's not very forgiving sometimes. So, in 2022 we missed the postseason and we led the conference in goals scored. So it's not a forgiving conference right now. So.
Question of the week.
Question of the week with kind of wrapping it up. What was the favorite activity of your summer?
I'd say for me, I got to travel a little bit and explore like different parts of the states. And so I kind of went up to Wyoming, Yellowstone, around there. I don't get to travel much, never really in the budget. So I think doing that and being able to maneuver that into my schedule with soccer was probably the highlight for me.
We took you to Canada last year, man.
Oops.
Well, after Texas, I went home, so probably just go to the beach with my family. That was probably the nice thing about summer.
I actually got to take a vacation this summer. So we went to nowhere fancy, but went down to Phoenix and visited some friends. And with 3 kids, that was about as relaxing of a vacation as I could have hoped for. So it was good.
No Canada, though.
No Canada.
Perfect. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you guys.